All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kings Cup America. Once again, this is the second game of the last series of the day. We got Complexity versus Iceberg. Complexity managed to take down the Iceberg in the first match. Pretty game was back and forth, pretty much. Jack, what do you have to say, even though Complexity managed to close it?
It was a fun and fast-paced game. Both teams emphasized Iceberg emphasizing more on kind of mobility and self-sufficiency, and Complexity just doing what they could to hold their towers early on, not get overrun too much by these 4-on-2s and 3-on-1s that Iceberg created, and they did a nice job. I think their draft was, again, the cores were really good for them, the Phantom Lancer and the Timbersaw, in taking these kind of run-at-them fights. So, a good draft by Complexity, and ultimately I think they played it well.
Yeah, some of the unnecessary deaths, especially at the start from the Spirit Breaker, gave Phantom Lancer a lot of farm, a lot of gold, so he managed to get those BOTs, and with TPing on those summons, he managed to get the kills, farm up even more, plus 2 Roshans, 2 Aegises on him. Was pretty impossible to kill him anyway.
Yeah, it was a lineup that worked in the big picture and had a lot of like small synergies as well. So the Boars with the Beastmaster, the attack speed boost for a hero like Phantom Lancer who wants to be attacking constantly. All of those things worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I would just like to say, as the king, the master of his domain, the master of all, I believe you guys did a very, very good job.
Thank you very much, King.
Comparatively.
That means a lot coming from a king.
Yeah, it sure does, Jack. As a king, you were just kind of out there. You didn't really do much, you know. As a king of me, I've decided to bless you all with this.
I followed your edict, Grant. I avoided the ums.
What is that?
Me.
Smell of
It's
your
me.
armpits?
We're too far away to be in range of that.
No, that's fine.
I'm still feeling it. I'm close enough.
No, that's you guys got me. Real good memes there. No, but for real, that was a very good game. Complexity 1-0. They're now one of the only undefeated teams in the event still. So
Wow.
big ups to them.
Being Digital Chaos, who's yet to play.
You should be a
0-0.
statsman.
No, I am. Here, I can be a statsman. Oh, you see, if the word of the wise once becomes that of which cannot be, thou shalt win.
That's a prophet, not a statsman.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
That's Matthew 11:14
Yeah.
for those who don't know.
From the New Testament of Grant.
Yeah, we're already in the draft. 4 bans coming out. Pretty standard bans. Even though we see Nature's Prophet being banned, I don't know. I think Nature's Prophet will be banned pretty much most of the time in this tournament.
Yeah, they didn't want to give it up first pick, as Grant mentioned the other day. And then Night Stalker is a hero that Iceberg either bans or takes early on. I think we saw that from like the very first day of their play, and so they're going to be able to get that Night Stalker here.
There's still a Necrolite in the pool. What else is there? The Earthshaker, pretty much the hero we see every single game, either banned or picked. Feels like a hot pick right now.
Yeah, first phase of drafts is kind of
Pretty standard now,
boring.
yeah.
I'll say it.
You know,
right now, but,
puck
you know,
comes here, puck comes there. It depends if any team wants to pick it. If it's not on the first phase, you almost never see it now, which is weird.
Yeah.
So they need to decide whether they want to give out the Necrolite or they pick him themselves, but Iceberg still has one more pick after that,
And
so they should be careful about it.
coL also just over the west
NS
phase too.
plus, plus Necrolite seems pretty scary to me.
Siegfried played this Earthshaker so well last game. Not so much in the sense that he was going to be setting up a lot of kills with them or constantly roaming around, but he was always in the right defensive position by that top tower. Whenever they came in for a dive on Moo, he seemed to be there to disrupt it. He fissured a few times to also block off the lane from pushing, from them being able to take the tower. So even with those kills, they didn't come necessarily with objectives for Iceberg, and I think that owed to great positioning there from Siegfried.
So, Jack, what do the Chinese think about coL again? Or do they think much about him anymore?
I think he's the American ROTK.
Really?
And well, based on how ROTK was performing for a bit, you know, in his LGD days or about a year and a half ago, that was not exactly a compliment. So that was pretty well publicized. coL had some things of his own to say about that. So.
Oh yeah, I remember he, you know, him and China were quite the rivalry, and of course, I believe that was actually the year EG won. So NA did end up winning. Looks like coL was right, but go on, Jack.
I don't actually think that was the year. That was 2016, and that was wins.
Are we talking about the
so,
Chinese New Year or the American New Year's?
Actually, both, Grant. The Chinese New Year was February, so...
Intriguing. My math may be off.
Sure.
All right, let's get
Not
back
history,
to the
but
things
math,
that
okay.
matter. Forget about Chinese here. Forget about Grant.
Oh, no, let's just go back to this lacrosse. I got one more thing to say about this.
All
So,
right.
last year at around Manila Major time, I asked Swindles what he thought of the Chinese saying that he's an American ROTK. And Swindles' reply was, well, I guess I'm not going to make it to TI. And RTK did not make TI as a player last year.
Swindle Melons knows what's up.
prophet.
Kyle knows what's up. A prophecy fulfills.
This might be complexity season. These guys come just short, so I don't know how many summits they've made it to the finals.
3, I believe, in a row now. At
Three or
least.
four, something.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Because we casted like the last 2, and it was.
So
it's
far,
rough.
100% win ratio, so
Nope.
Yeah.
this might be their tournament. Interesting pick, Dazzle Earthshaker, if you think about it. Iceberg still had one more pick. Necro was in the pool, so they picked up a Dazzle just to mind fuck with them probably. I mean, Dazzle uses a Grave on someone who gets the Necro ulti and just cancels it.
Yeah.
One of the best counters you can get. Silencer, on the other hand, hero we see quite often recently. Position 4 transitions into semi-carry later on when he steals your smart. Steal my brain.
Steals brains. It's like a
Cells.
zombie. Grant, you watch iZombie, don't you?
iCarly? Yeah, I love that show. Wait, what? Is that a real show?
Yeah, it is, apparently. I don't watch it.
iZombie?
iZombie.
Is that like the...
I think it's like a Netflix show or something.
Oh, yeah. Some of us, we can't just be throwing around money on Netflix.
How many subs do
and
you have
Hulu
again,
and
Grant?
stuff.
I think you have like
4.
quad.
And you always
4.
talk about saving money, eating noodles.
Yeah, exactly. You don't make money by spending. I'm going to
Yeah, but
waste
what-
it on
but why
watching
you-
some garbage TV.
I mean,
Get the hell out
you're
of here.
driving a shitty car, you live with
Hell
a
yeah.
roommate, you
Okay,
eat
whoa, whoa, whoa,
noodles,
whoa,
but
whoa,
what are
whoa,
you
whoa,
saving
whoa.
for?
Now, one sec. No one should ever talk trash about a Crown Victoria. That is a noble car that
That's
a
a
king
cop
should
car,
drive.
really,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Give me a sec here.
That thing is like a walking
It's
tank.
legal to actually drink your car is that old.
Here comes Grant pulling you over
Whoa.
because
Whoa.
you lost, Lacoste.
The anti-pussy wagon coming
Yep.
down the street.
Anyone want to hop in? Yeah, me either. I'm out.
So,
Bloodseeker, yay.
Bloodseeker, also familiar hero, especially since the TI.
Him getting
The
banned
hero
though.
can be played on a
Yeah.
mid lane, can be played as a safe lane. Jack, what's the favorite build you see on the Bloodseekers?
Well, you're seeing a lot of Midas Radiance builds, whereas you had more of a fighting build. Sometimes you've had like a Sanjin Yasha, Blade Mail, something like that. But there's a couple natural synergies here. Obviously, with the Earthshaker setup, like you can almost always reliably get off the Bloodseeker silence. It'll be enough to basically blow up anyone.
Yeah, but also with the Dazzle behind him, you have Grave, so you can heal up after that, just turn the fight around.
Right.
The first thing that came to my mind is that Lotus Orb from the previous series that was just so big. What are you trying to do with those?
Well, there's a mouse following my mouse on the screen right now. I'm fascinated by it. But yeah, as
Wait,
you mentioned,
what?
with the Dazzle Grave, the Bloodseeker excels in these kind of situations where everyone's low and there's like a lot of chaos. And with that Grave, it just frees him up that much more to just be able to go in and finish off some kills or use Blood Rage even on an enemy that'll cause him to deal more damage, but also take more. So just helps cut through that chaos. And then Dazzle, another prize support pick for other reasons. Again, being able to fairly cheaply push out waves as well.
Yeah, we see another Drow Ranger strat. I feel like when teams don't know what to pick, it didn't end up well for Iceberg, or I don't know, they seems like they have something prepared with the Drow Ranger.
Yeah.
I don't know if they played Silencer. Who was it?
I don't
Was
believe.
it Infamous against them?
Yeah.
When
it was
they used the
infamous.
Ench just
Yeah.
to destroy the lane.
Oh yeah, that
Which
was
worked.
great.
Yeah,
But
you-
it seems like
I mean, it's too. For me, it's too early to pick Drow Ranger in this
Scenario.
this stage. Yeah,
especially
the
against a Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker, he's the
Yeah.
hero that gets close to you, uses a Rupture, plus Earthshaker as well, one of the gap closing heroes once he
They
gets
can
the
get a-
Blink Dagger.
Gap closing mid laner too.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm saying it's too early. They still have 2 picks.
And there you go. That's going
Yeah,
to close
it's
some
a-
gaps. A lot of gaps. But that means it's an offlane Earthshaker then, right?
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. It's just we haven't seen as much.
Moo offlaner shaker
Yep.
then.
Might be a mid Earthshaker still.
Good.
Never forget it.
I don't think you can, right? Against like a Drow anything, like the
They
Aura.
might still put. They'll probably try to go for a ranged hero, of course. They're not retarded, but
No.
They can still pick a mid melee hero if they feel like it.
Surprised about what, Dakota?
I was gonna say I guess Spirit Breaker's probably the best option in that case. I was gonna say they're another big Earth Spirit kind of a team for Z Freak. Could have been another gap closing option that provides also additional silence. But
really,
okay, Storm Spirit comes out. This is a Storm who will have that Drow Ranger. That little extra pepper.
Silencer hits so hard, especially at level 1 with Glaives of Wisdom. He can just out-harass anyone.
Yeah, that'll be
You
tough
can't
for the
stand and lane
Earthshaker.
with Draw Aura.
Yeah, Earthshaker's gonna need some help.
Complexity have never hidden that they want to run at people. This is basically how they've always played. And you know, again, going with that here with the Spirit Breaker and the Bloodseeker, a lot of gap closers, a lot of getting in your face and trying to outfight you that way. And it works very well against some teams. Again, going back to like Boston and
I
their
feel
success
like
against EG and certain
Iceberg
other teams.
should go for a Void. Works good with them. They have a lot of range heroes. They need a classic initiator followed up by a global silence. Maybe a Void, maybe a Tide Hunter as well, if they wanna.
Yeah. Enigma, classic offlaner.
I think they still need a kind of a frontliner. NS is there, but all these 3 heroes, Drow, Storm, Silencer, when they are go down, they got pretty much no escape mechanism besides Storm Spirit. So.
Ooh,
So
is that
what is
a?
it? That's
Is that an offlane?
offlane Ench with Draw Aura.
Yep. That's pretty big in FPLNA. People just run it because you can't really kill it.
Yeah,
At
Spirit
level, like, after
Breaker
level 3,
can't-
it's so hard.
Can't hit Bloodseeker, can't hit Dazzle. Also with
And
no,
with that,
pretty much
that
no
aura
animation.
is going to be insane.
They got picked
Well,
apart by the offlane Enchantress of... I mean, not offlane, the support Enchantress of Stinger yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, Complexity could not run the Ench though, because they have a Dazzle and the Spirit Breaker, but seems like Iceberg has something prepared with Drow.
Complexity. What are they looking
I don't know, I
at?
feel like Iceberg heroes are pretty squishy.
Yeah.
I mean, Silencer, Drow, no armor, not much armor, and when you run at them, especially with the Spirit Breaker, what do they have
No
to stop
stuns.
What do they have to stop the Spirit Breaker
Yeah,
charge?
no
They have a
stuns.
Gust and the Night Stalker Void. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Chaos Knight. Final pickups. So
This is a good pickup by Complexity. Nothing pretty much to clear the illusions, unless Drow goes into super late game, gets Mjolnir, gets Aghanim Scepter.
Huh.
Pretty
Yeah.
good pickup by Complexity.
It feels like Iceberg has to win the laning phase and then like push by like 30 minutes max, or else they're going to be in quite the dilly.
Yeah, Complexity has no tower damage besides CK ulti, maybe some Bloodseeker. They still need to kill heroes to push. On the other hand, Iceberg can't push with their heroes. A lot of damage because of the Draw Aura.
And even though they don't have like great tower damage, there really isn't good wave clear coming out on the side of Iceberg. So Complexity, I think, are going to be counting on winning fights and just running them over and killing them before taking objectives. But in the process of doing that, Iceberg doesn't really have a lot to answer that.
yeah, I see.
Question here for Jack. I'm
Oh.
getting in from the
Okay.
viewers. They're wondering, what are your thoughts on Drow Ranger as a hero?
Wait, is that really a question from the viewers?
No. What the hell? How would I
Who
even
cares?
know?
He's the king. Answer the question. God damn it.
Answer the damn question before you get beheaded.
Damn.
Oh, he's an enabler.
It's a she. Drow Ranger.
sorry,
In the
my bad.
dungeon.
Go. Off with you. Just kidding. I don't really give a shit about your opinions on anything, Chad. Let's be real.
Well, because of that, I'm definitely going to answer this question. She's an enabler. Again, this is like a very EG feel to it, and Iceberg has kind of been
Bathroom.
Oh,
Oh,
drafting.
gosh.
I would unpause if it was me.
A lot
Pause
of
on
NA
Complexity.
players have a problem with their bladder.
Yeah.
We drink so much Monster. It's just we're flowing.
I think this is going to be a really hard game for Iceberg. I think it'd be
I
really
agree.
I
impressed.
feel like you can't help but feel like there's a lot of we were already acknowledged how they don't have a lot of wave clear. It said they don't have a lot of stun or lockdown, a lot of single target, no real heavy AoE unless you get an
Everything
Agnums
is
on. They have no
single
team
target.
fight. No heavy stuns, and yeah.
Like every single
Silence,
hero.
though.
They have what, Arcane Curse. That's their only spell that
AoE
deals
spell.
damage. Maybe Remnant
Like,
from
they
Storm,
have
but
to play. They have to play like an ideal
Yeah.
early mid game. And I'm thinking about Enchantress and Impetus, and I'm just trying to think about who is going to be running away from
yeah,
Impetus
look at
this
all
game.
this. There are 4 melee heroes. They're gonna be near you. Yeah, especially with the
see-
Draw Ranger as well.
Yeah. If things go badly again, nobody's going to be running away from the Enchantress this game.
These are all what 3 strength heroes with a lot of HP.
Yeah, they have to win like at least 2 of their lanes and then somehow just take all the towers. If not, their win condition is complexity throwing bodies in.
Wow, win
Whatever.
condition. That's a great word.
I mean, you
That's a
have
great
a-
phrase.
You have a Bloodseeker on a mid lane. We'll see how that lane goes against the Storm Spirit with Precision Aura. Storm Spirit 69 damage against 67. Jack, what is
Jack's
going on with your
computer is-
screen? Come,
I
I'll
think
share the
it's,
screen with
it's
you.
probably tied to your mouse problem you have over there.
Jack has
Did
one
you already try
mouse
disconnecting and
2
reconnecting?
pointers.
So there's like a phantom mouse following my current mouse. This is fascinating. I've never seen this.
Maybe you should just close all Dota. Don't
the
don't
open-
disconnect, but just
It's
close
the
all
open
Dota
AI
and
bot
bring
just
it back
coming
up
back
again.
to haunt Jack.
I mean, they're looking at my screen anyways, so
Yeah, Jack, just look at my screen.
just close Dota.
Sharing is
over.
caring.
Yeah, he's got like 2 mouses dancing around his screen right now. It's foul.
There's this alternate dimension casting we're about to see right here.
Just look at Lacosse's screen.
Y-
That's okay. That's what Jack's looking at right now.
All right, we're
His
not going
mouse
to talk
is
about the
mating.
problems anymore.
Yeah.
We have a
Guys,
King's
let's be
Cup last
professional.
match of the day.
Be
Complexity
professionals.
against Iceberg. Complexity took down them in the game 1. Not convincingly, still have to feel how strong Complexity is.
Just kind of getting warmed up for the day after traveling
So they
from
have-
the east.
Yeah, so Enchantress solo top lane against Earthshaker. Oh, that's going to be painful for ES.
You think Enchantress should get an Orb of Venom in this lane?
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
Just dominate the lane. And Ench has such a good attack animation.
Yeah. And high damage, obviously, with Drow.
Somnus wants to help the mid lane as well against the limp. Just harass, use the mana void, give some free CS to Bryle.
Yeah, that was a nice deny by Clairvoyance.
We'll probably focus on the bottom lane. We have, alright, they're already swapping the lanes. Drow Ranger on the top, TP'd.
Oh, so it looks like Iceberg expected the aggro tri lane, so they went bottom. They're like, wait, what the hell?
Welcome back, Jack. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I can move around and there's no phantom mouse trail.
Spirit Breaker charging the bottom. Who is being charged? Ench. Do they have enough
She's
to take her
dead.
down?
Orb of Venom.
No, not exactly. Is
Oh.
there... Ooh, one more Orb of Venom will... Oh, a lot of damage coming out from that CK stun. Jabs, not enough. Save coming out from that. Arcane Curse, not enough. Slow, level 1.
Pelted her with the rock.
Do you know how Chaos Bolt works, Grant?
What do you mean, the damage or the time? Or what? What do you
Both
mean?
of them combined?
Yeah, it's 1 to 2 seconds, then it's 1 to 3, and then it's 2 to 4.
Yeah, but the more damage you deal, the less you stun for.
Are you actually being serious?
Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, I think so.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I know so.
Well, if you
The
hold
king
Alt over
knows
Chaos
that
Bolt,
ain't
it
wrong.
says the stun duration and damage values dealt are inversely related. So
There
I
you
do
go.
believe.
Yeah, but they're not
Lacoste
versely
is-
related. They're inversely related.
All right, that's the end of that one. It is a tough lane here.
Even Chaos Knight cannot predict the fifth manifest of unholy energy.
Doesn't seem very holy. It's pretty dark. That was interesting. I feel like lore is really messing up here.
Chaos Knight and like Keeper of the Light are like
Yeah.
arch enemies, right? Something
Yeah.
like that. Slack's probably turning over in his grave somewhere,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't give a
Our
shit.
play-by-play caster died.
No, I'm just listening to your shit.
I wouldn't say it's shit. I'm sure a lot of people care about the
Come
lore.
on, there's children watching probably
Yeah.
too.
Well, we've been living in the same house. The cabin fever sets in at some point, right?
No, I just don't even talk
Spirit
to you
Breaker
guys.
charging top level 1 only, no bash yet. They're trying to go on a Drow Ranger. Charlie in problem, not exactly. Zephyr needs to cancel the TP, can't really get a kill. Earthshaker is only level 3 there. Let's see how the mid lane's going. 19 against 12 on that Storm Spirit. Lamp just pretty much destroying the Bryle in the lane. That should not happen considering how much help he got from the Night Stalker plus the aura from the Drow Ranger. So what do we have on the bottom? They're trying to actually make a move on a Brile. Bloodseeker having a lot of move speed with the Boots of Speed and level 1 Thirst. A lot of heroes are low HP. Curse being casted on Bloodseeker. He needs to go back. Zefric dies. Pretty easy in for the Silencer who just TP'd. Will pick up a Invis rune. We'll try to maybe get one more kill on a mid lane.
Invisibility.
Charlie again. Feels like Charlie is not getting a lot support from his team. That's why his early game is not that strong. He's being charged on once again.
Yeah,
And what do we
from
think
base,
about
though.
charge? I mean, that's the stupidest spell when you need to play for the first 5-10 minutes. Against, if you're playing against Spirit Breaker.
Charge in, die.
You just
come
show
back
up
to
on
life,
the map,
charge in.
there's like a global presence of a hero.
Yeah. Well, what should his first skill be then? If you had to replace it.
There's the first Knight. Sadly, Night Stalker is only level 2, has no mana to actually go on that Earthshaker, who has a Stout Shield and Sobe Mask. Did we miss a kill? Never mind. They're trying to go on Charlie once again. Fisher coming out on 2 heroes. They managed to kill the Charlie once again.
This Drow's just
This
getting
Drow,
you
wow.
understand
booty whopped
the-
in the lane for
You can
sure.
understand why they wanted to give Charlie more solo experience. They were probably hoping that the Night Stalker going mid would keep complexity support there, so Charlie gets a one-on-one. That means he gets the aura up sooner, which helps other lanes. That means he gets to 6 very quickly, which is hugely important for the Drow, both in terms of damage and being able to farm the jungle safely. So
Yeah, but they can't. The Drow Ranger can't farm if she is alone.
yeah, those things didn't happen because the complexity didn't rotate a support to help mid. They didn't need to do that. So they were able to just go up there and pressure Drow the whole time. And also, there's 2 Iceberg heroes bottom. The Silencer's been down there mostly with Enchantress, so they don't have anything else to help the Drow.
Yeah, but the Silencer does not need to be on the bottom. He should give some farm to the Drow. They're trying to go on that Earthshaker. Has a TP ready, no mana whatsoever. Already used the Mango, bought one more Mango so that he has enough for a Soul Ring. Another slow is gonna come from the Void. Frost Arrows level 2 and move goes down. Charlie
Bottom
gets to
lane,
level
don't stop
4.
Lacoste.
Alright, they're trying to go on a Brax who has untouchable level 2. Iceberg makes another kill, another easy. And for the Silencer, already sitting on 6 stolen brain.
Good action across the map already. Jump on our one side. We're going to look to take the initiative on the other. Earns.
Yeah, a lot has been said about Brile, but I think Jabs has played pretty impressively. You know, aside from having a hero that people want to respect ban, which is important enough as it is, he's been pretty on point with his rotations. So
Yeah, NS should just try to stay on top, maybe get one more kill on that Earthshaker. Charlie is getting close to level 5. There's a huge stack, not that huge, what, 1, 2, 3 heroes near the Drow Ranger. Limp has Aquila, Magic Wand already. That guy is already pretty jacked.
Oh, bottom lane.
Bottom
Brax
action,
in
they're
trouble.
trying to go on Ench, level 2, untouchable. 13 charges on a Magic Wand plus heal popped. They do not have enough to kill her. Jabs using Arcane Curse. Shrine is already popped. Silencer might need to go back to the base and heal before he picks up the rune. That's the best part of the Dota when you're stealing the bounty rune from your enemy forest.
Oh, yeah.
Storm, one of the best heroes against Bloodseeker, not in the maybe laning stage, but later on, if he uses a Rupture, for those who don't know, you don't take the damage when you're snowballing, not snowballing, ball lightning balling.
Balls of lightning.
Alright.
We know what you're talking
Limp
about.
in problem.
Ooh.
There's a 3-man gang coming out.
Rotations.
He has enough. Arcane Curse level 2 or 3. Oh, another Brig Echo Slam coming out from Moo. Bam, bam,
Oh, yeah.
ba-da-dum. Oh,
Very
Jabs in problem. Will
Yeah.
go down. Probably 6 charges on him. On Magic One, does not want to use it. Alright, he wants to use it. Dies to neutral camp. Pretty good, except he gets some extra seconds on the death.
that was a really nice bait there by Complexity. They knew that there were heroes closing in because of the ward on Limp mid, and then after he drank at the shrine, Zefric just kind of waited there for a little bit for the fight to begin before he could come in. Just that's a sign of better team.
Brile
coordination.
making an action on Swindles. There's a grave ready, no pool whatsoever. Will have to use 1 more mana, 2 more seconds. He does not want to commit against the Bloodseeker, who just used a Blood Rage to securely escort Dazzle to the base.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Limp's chomping him down. Wanted to hope to get a hold of him probably when he had low mana, not able to ball lightning away from the Ripture.
Indubitably.
Brile will pick up 2 runes, 5 charges on a bottle. Will continue to farm in the forest. All good. Charlie's being charged. Spirit Breaker only level 4, no ulti yet.
Ooh, in the wall.
Is there
One more
17%?
chance.
There
Ah!
it is. What? Applause coming out from his team for that
And the ult
magnificent
shot,
move. And he also gets the last hit on him.
The frog sends his regards.
Uh-oh. Clairvoyance
Another
level 3.
charge
This
on
guy's-
Night Stalker, who's only level 3, 9 minutes in. Do they have enough slow? Can they count on another bash level 2? Yeah, they need to back off. So Jack, what's Ench next move? She's level 6, magic wand, 17 charges, just trying to push the bottom lane with Wilding Ripper. Does
All
she
can
move?
really
Does
do is
she
take the tower
continue the
at this
farm?
point. I think maybe at some point, instead of trying to get, say, wagons and take more towers, you might need like a centaur or something to try and disrupt this complexity when they get up in the face. I don't even know how much difference that would really make, but it's going to be a pretty tough game. And the whole point of Drow is to enable your lanes, to have like a good start. Because of the laning situation, that wasn't really the case if you look at the last hits. They always want to secure Brile a good game, and you know he's doing okay right now, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Oh, they're already closing in from behind. On Drow Ranger, she does not have a TP ready. There's some TP backup coming out from his team. Jabs level 4 on that Silencer, no global yet. They do not have enough to stop those TPs. No Electric Vortex on Storm. The only thing that can stop the TP is actually Void from Night Stalker. Oh, that's...
Their draft just not
That
having
draft is
stuns
not-
or any ways to stop people
heavily
from
stun
doing stuff.
oriented, yeah.
It's tough.
Move on the bottom lane, tried to make a sneaky move, coming out from the trees with the big echo on the wave, but I don't know, Ench would not die there. There's
Looks
a
like
region on the bottom lane. Storm Spirit might pick it up. We've seen how good can it be in the previous game.
The Enchantress seems to be going for drums first. I was wondering if they were going to consider being greedy and getting Midas, just trying to move right into some sort of late game core,
I
but
think drums is better overall.
drums just move
to
faster.
tank up mana pool,
Yeah.
attack speed with the Ranger Aura.
No.
A lot of heroes struggling to get to level 6. TP's coming to the mid. I don't know if... Alright, Silencer needs to get level 6 so they can actually take a team fight and try to push those tier 1 towers.
Yep.
Jack, what do you think about Storm Spirit not getting power treads? Instead he gets Arcane Boots because he has a draw aura.
It seems like he just wants to rush that Bloodstone as soon as possible.
Trying to make a move on Earthshaker, has a TP ready, but that's not gonna be enough to actually live. Yeah, that's +2 on Silencer. Once again gets that level 6 I was talking about. They can try to commit, maybe take a mid tower as well. 600 HP left on the tower.
And it's going to be nighttime too soon, so...
Yeah, this is a good timing to move. They just pop the Shrine. You see Drow Ranger tipping, they want to go as 5. Storm has still that region rune.
I believe this is what they say, a power peak for Iceberg right now. Probably going to be one of their best fighting moments right now with the lineup they've put together.
Thank you, Jack. Your voice
Yeah,
changed.
you're being so useful, Jack. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're at
No
the
wonder
point
I ran out of the
before-
words because
before
I'm
They're at the point of
spending
their
them
power
early
peak.
game.
You don't have the items up yet too much on the complexity cores. You don't have the blink dagger up on the Earthshaker. So yeah, this is a point where Iceberg with that global can try and take some fights and objectives, and they very much need to. And I think one of the strengths of this Enchantress lineup, no matter what creep you take, especially with Drow, is being able to take Roshan quickly. So they want to knock down these towers and they want to start securing Roshans, and they pretty much have to do that to stay in this game here.
Charlie finds Chessie, who already has Armlet. They have a Shrine ready. Can they pop it? Can they make it to the Shrine? No. Armlet toggled. Silenced. Earthshaker can't use that Echo Slam, but he's probably going to go down as well. There can be a triple man Echo Slam, but there's no follow-up from his team. There's no one there. There's a good Blood Rage coming out from Bloodseeker. Silencer being ruptured. Ulti coming out. No, never mind. He's just popping it. Charlie will go down. Limp getting the HP up from the kill.
Radiant's courier dies.
Just trying to run away. Running out of mana on a storm charge. Coming out Z-Freak to the safety once again. Not too good fight for Complexity nor Iceberg. Both carries died.
Just
Plus
a
Earthshaker, plus they popped the Shrine.
Maybe a slight benefit for Iceberg, but it doesn't stop yet. Jesse's moving in, and they
Ooh,
got her.
he got the
healing
extra.
bomb.
Ow!
Yeah,
And he got
plus
the extra
minus
proc.
armor.
Yeah.
Because look at the build on Chaos Knight. He has 4 in Chaos Strike and 4 in Reality Rip. Just 1 into the stun.
I actually don't think he would have got that kill if he didn't get the 50% chance of an extra illusion. Thanks, Cass.
Yeah, that as well. Thank you. There's a lot of bashes plus extra illusion.
Team RNG, yeah.
Yeah.
Moo's having some free time farming. It looks like he's gonna have a blink dagger soon.
He's always done that. The treads soul ring, some tranquil soul ring, some just mana boots. He's always treads. I think it's better in the late game, obviously, but
I had a little conversation yesterday about one big thing that we don't see in Dota. For example, the illusion fed, the gold fed from illusions.
oh, yeah.
Like when you're playing against Naga, CK,
Yeah.
whoever. That would be cool.
Yeah, or from summons. This was shown at Manila Masters, actually. So.
Oh, Storm's trying to go on that Dazzle. Follow-up Silence coming out from Draw Ranger. She's being ruptured. TP coming out. Spirit Breaker, will he make it in time? No, not really. Good TP out coming out from Charlie. Global Silence ready in 5 seconds. Blade Mill finished on the Bloodseeker as well. Seems like he wants to go for Radiance.
Limp has to be careful right now. He's going to be surrounded. He doesn't have Rupture. He has the Blade
No
Mill
TP
up
ready
close.
on him as well. Storm has enough mana for the pool. Probably gonna steal some more int on that Bloodseeker if he doesn't speed up. Good Fisher coming out from Moo
He's
right
fine.
there. He's actually fine. The Z-Freak. Oh, Global Silence coming up. Z-Freak can't use the ulti. Bryle needs to go back. Somnus in trouble once again. We've seen that in the previous game. He's the one that's pretty much giving all the kills to enemy team.
The double bait, the double turnaround.
I mean, this is his first death, but seems like he's the sacrificial lamb for the team. Saves the Storm Spirit there, who has enough gold to buy Bloodstone 15 minutes in.
Does Earthshaker have his blink now? or
Oh,
is
no,
he
not yet. He's
very close.
600 gold away.
That's gonna be. I mean, now he can just solo kill the Earth or the Storm Spear because he was solo in the offlane. Nice dodge there.
Yeah, he hit the R button pretty good.
Well, he timed it so right. Dakota,
Okay.
let me teach you some geometry. If you come in
Oh,
at an
hit me with the
angle
shapes.
and a different angle doesn't hit, angles cannot actually run on the same parallel course.
It doesn't. It depends on what the hypotenuse is, though.
Well, yeah,
so
that's always the longest angle.
You just gotta find your protractor and make it work, really.
Absolutely. Back to you, Jack.
Me and Lacoste were just admiring.
Yeah, the amount of
master.
knowledge you have
A
in
squared plus
maths,
B squared
physics,
equals C squared, you know.
astronomics.
Unless A equals B.
There's definitely
Unless A
astronomics.
equals B.
You guys are outrageous.
Just
Uh-oh,
Get back to
Mo.
school.
What the fuck is astronomics? Does that even exist?
astronomics is, you know.
I
Yeah, it's the
enjoy
study of
math.
astronomers.
It's like math
Astrology.
astronomy. It's math
Maybe
astronomy,
that was the
really.
astrology, the word I was looking at.
It's the
Astrology.
study of the economics of astrology. That's
Yeah,
Ah.
thank you very much, Jack.
Stars and
economics.
numbers. Making me
Economics
look
of
stupid.
stars?
Yeah, the money of stars. Like, how much money can you make off stars?
Shit, apparently a lot. You can just give people papers
No,
that
it's
say,
the-
this star
it's
is
the
yours.
economics of astronomers. Like, I think Copernicus was probably pretty
Copernicus.
well
Now
off.
you're just making shit up.
Oh, and Galileo,
no,
right?
no,
Galileo.
no.
Icarus was their first guys.
Galileo had
Yeah,
some
but then he burned
religious
his wings
troubles
off.
of his time.
All right,
there, so I
back
don't
to
think
Bryle, who's
Galileo was
trying
very
to...
rich, but
Oh, never mind.
Copernicus.
He has Region Rune once again. Not enough mana to actually pull off the combo. Not a follow-up from his team. CK has almost Echo Saber finished. That's going to be a big item for him. Some extra RNG
Yeah.
on those crits.
Wait, Dakota, who was the one who had the fake who had the fake wings given by
That
the
was
gods?
Icarus, yeah. I
Icarus,
believe, yeah.
Oh, another RNG
Well, he gets
on
them
the side
all.
of CK. 4 illusions, but nothing happens. Instant smoke coming out from Iceberg. They have Global Silence. They just need a good initiation from the Storm to follow up
Who was it?
with the rest of the team. Draw Rangers clearing that juicy stack in the forest, getting close to the Shadow Blade as well. Oh, there's a scan coming out from the Dire. Bloodseeker shows up on the lane, TP's out immediately. Storm Spirit will not go. Will go and will not have enough time to actually catch him.
Dang.
Even Blue pings it out. He's like, there's somebody here.
Oh, there's a double damage on the bottom.
Some
Maybe they can try
some
to
nice
smoke
behind
into
enemy
Roche.
lines work there by
By
Kyle.
Melon.
He's got those wards up there and just sees where they are, tiptoes his way back to the corner of the force, and TP's out. Nice smoke gank dodge as well.
Yeah, they have all deep vision right now from complexity here.
Yeah, not too much action this game. Previous game was pretty much more chaotic than this one. Maybe because, I don't know, Spirit Breaker was suicidal more than this one.
Yeah, and it felt like it was like a 5v5 game. On this one, like Iceberg with that Drow doesn't really have like items or can fight, so they just don't want to, and they're just gonna fall behind, right?
They need a lot more.
Yeah.
There's like more prerequisites for Iceberg to even take a fight, so it's just much more situational. It feels when
With
everything is up and ready, or people are at attendance, or items are ready.
Earthshaker wants to get that level 12 to have a level 2 Echo Slam, or Blink Dagger is finished whatsoever, but seems like Iceberg wants to take a fight. There were already 2 unsuccessful smokes because Bloodstone is finished, not a single charge was given to him. They have enough, I think, to kill this Chaos Knight. There's Dazzle behind him. They don't want to go because they don't see the rest of the team. All
could
right,
be a bait.
yeah. Earthshaker just showed his Blink Dagger. They had a ward on his side of the map. Storm Spirit with a double damage trying to go on a Zefric. Pulls him. One more hit will be enough. Charge coming out. He will not have enough mana. Oh, there it is.
Cobra.
Nice. He gets the first charge with that. He hits like a truck. 270 damage with the double damage. Darkness is casted on the bottom lane. Just to remove some vision on the complexity side. Thank you very much, Jack, for helping me carry this game.
You're doing phenomenal work there, Lacoste. But if we could just get a bit more from you,
Yeah.
you know, like do more, that would be great.
Oh, the haste
Fight
rune.
over the haste rune, and no, it's going to get claimed by the Chaos Knight. Back to our play-by-play.
I feel like Grant. I feel like I'm solo casting this one, Jack.
You got called out there, Jack.
Yeah, see, I'm just leaving it because I'm the king. Like, sometimes I'll chime in, but Jack, you really got to put in work. Like ASAP Ferg, shout out to him.
We
Yeah,
trust you.
gotta earn that big esports money, Jack.
We
Do
trust
the work.
you. Because we trust you.
Oh, he's going for it.
Or Zefric is trying to go on him. Bryle
darkness.
has enough mana, 600 mana, can just zip away to the safety.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Split
under
push
attack.
coming out from Brax. Once again, feels like he's in the mentality from the previous game. Feels like he's the nature's prophet. Once again, takes the tower.
Radiant's
We'll
bottom
have
tower
almost
is
enough
falling.
gold to
Kyle on another commando
Bile-
mission here, just kind of winding his way through the forest to
buy
plant a deep ward.
Pike. Alright, thank you very much, Jack. Another global used. They're trying to go on a Charlie.
Uh-oh.
Slows him down. Oh, nice TP plus Shadow Amulet.
That's Z-Freak for you.
Ooh, fighting inside.
Jesse
Nice knock,
using
traps.
ulti, just ripping apart Somnus. Once again, Somnus dying. Sacrificial Lamb. Can they have enough damage to kill that Anch? She used the heal. 3-second stun. Limp. Oh, Limp is getting close to his Radiant. That's gonna be a big item. Seems like they can go Roche actually.
Yeah,
No
Jabs
global
did kill their
silence
chicken.
with the Blood Rage casted on Roche. It will go down pretty fast.
Whose chicken went down?
Jabs killed their chicken on the backside of that fight.
Radiant's top
Killed
tower is
complexities.
under attack.
A lot of deep vision being established right now by Iceberg, but I wonder how much you're going to be able to take advantage of that. Obviously, it allows you to see enemy rotations too, but complexity
Radiant's
feel
top
pretty
tower
safe
is
just
under attack.
running at everything they see and playing on their side of the map. So it's a pretty tough situation, especially with Limp now getting the ages. He got that blade mail, and I mean he has progressed pretty well. He's basically been unscathed this game, except for at the very beginning. And this is how you want to be playing the Bloodseeker, with forward momentum entirely on your side.
Yeah, Jack, what about the blink on Chaos Knight?
Are you a fan of it? Well, what he can do, just use a blink, use reality rift, just insta kill whoever he wants pretty much.
Ooh, mid lane might be in trouble.
Oh,
interesting
Zefric with the Shadow Amulet. Do they have a reveal? There's a 1 center ward on Night Stalker. They're just backing off. Bryle Invis on the mid lane though. They need to make a go on Earthshaker. That's a good thing. Silencing the Dazzle, just insta killing the move. Oh, silenced Storm Spirit, can he get out of the time? Yeah, he can zip to the safety once again. Limp, on the other hand, will go down. That's the Aegis for you. Chaos Knight still does not have ultimate. Charlie dying. Alright, not too much casualties on the side of the complexity, just the Earthshaker, who still did not... Okay, he actually committed the ultimate.
Woo, the blink.
Good job. The Blink Dagger coming out from Chessie is really paying off.
Well, that's what I think of the blink, Grant. No, just you know, you see,
There's your
you
answer.
see like you see like Phantom Lancer and other heroes, other melee heroes get this as well. Just being able to hop immediately into the fight, pull someone in, and you kind of commit them to the fight while you're still in the midst, so you can get off your Phantasm. Where sometimes he has that issue where like he's on the outskirts of a fight, and then he commits Phantasm, then you can disengage. It makes it a little bit harder to do that if you have a blink.
Thank you very much, Jack. That
Yes,
was
thank
deep.
you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
Uh-oh, they
good
found an
Fisher
illusion.
block. Never mind,
It's
he
real clear.
flies over the Fisher, does not give a fuck about your Fisher nor your stuns, silences the right target, goes away. Storm Spirit on the mid lane, getting charged once again. This Spirit Breaker just annoying people.
Uh-oh.
Has the Shadow Blade ready. Oh, stops the charge. Somehow Storm Spirit knew. There was maybe a sentry ward on the mid.
He
Yeah, it just
sensed
died.
it.
Just died, yeah.
I'll take that.
Dakota, can you actually follow up how fast I'm talking?
Yeah,
Like, I'm all over the place.
you are over the place. You're doing God's work.
Thank you very much. You too, Jack. Just kidding.
This is such a difficult game still for Iceberg. I think they've done a pretty good job, kind of just holding the line for now. But no, not just with Aegis, but there's a CK ult. It's just
CK's in, just rips apart, jabs one more hero. That's NS going down. Oh, Brax. Let's see if he can deal enough damage in short amount of time. Yes, there is.
Alright,
The
CK
Blink
Blink.
Dagger.
CK Blink, I'm a
is
believer.
just
It's the truth.
That is
On point.
ridiculous. I didn't even put the whole thing together that, yeah, you blink Rift and suddenly your whole posse shows up and beats the ever-living.
Yeah, we were talking before this series about Chessie being kind of underrated as a carry,
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower has fallen.
and someone mentioned who was talking to.
I was saying on the
Weehaw.
podcast, I believe, I want to say Weehaw was mentioning how Chessie is going to be
the
a
next hot
core,
thing.
yeah, a core to look out for. And, you know, this is just the Complexity's first series, back with this roster lineup again, but looking like they're on their way to a 2-0. Ain't that bad of a start, especially after you were just forced out of your team house and into somewhere totally new. Here's the fight, though.
There's the global up coming out.
Oh my.
Too much damage out on that CK. Is there a grave ready? Yes, there is. Spindle Melon's right on time, but Chessie will probably go down. Big Echo Slam
nice
coming
dodge
out.
from Bryle.
Woo, plus Rupture on Charlie. Storm Spirit regioning on the Shrine top.
What is
They
Brax
do not
gonna
have
do?
enough damage to kill the Brax without CK. And no grave ready whatsoever right now. And will manage. Oh, nice. Double kill for Bryle once again. But they do not have enough mana to chase them. They managed to lose the tower, get some damage on the melee barrack from Complexity, but that's pretty much it.
Bryle being
Yeah.
very slippery.
Yeah,
That
Jack.
dodge.
Yeah, Jack, can you tell us what happened there? Well, I actually, sorry, I was like kind of out. He just dodged the Echo Slam?
It looked like it.
Yeah, dodged the Echo Slam.
Okay.
Kind of felt it coming. I don't think they had a ward there, but you know, he figured out a situation where he's carrying an ally.
Oh, Z-Freak, just solo killing that silencer. He needs to be careful about running around the map if he wants to plant a vision.
Yeah.
Should probably be smoke, but the question is, do you want to waste smoke to plant some vision, Jack? If you were a silencer right now, would you, if it was your last smoke, would you use it to plant a vision or just try to wrap around them, find an Earthshaker, find the Dazzle?
Radiant's top tower is under
I think it's worth smoking to plant some vision, just because you can't afford another situation where the CK ults and just catches you off guard and kills one or two heroes, because then you immediately lose mid racks, and if not more. So I think it's, you know, sometimes it's really worth it when you don't have map control and you can't see the Spirit Breaker. You do have to use smokes to plant wards sometimes.
I like the Lotus Orb that Z-Freak's going to try to pick up. The only reason Chessie's dying is because that silence from the Night Stalker, and that's not there anymore.
Yeah, well, plus Chessie is getting close to his BKB, so he can
Yeah.
pretty much be safe. We'll clear those. Oh, that was a one stack. Someone is stacking those creep camps, huh, Jack? Storm just trying to kill that tier 1 tower. This is so sad when you're actually playing a draw lineup and you didn't manage to kill the tower where you were at 30 minutes in.
Yeah. He even gets denied now.
Well, at least it's something.
They're holding out though.
KO.
Bryle's moving in.
Alright, Bryle trying to go on the third shaker who has a 4 staff, not the Yule Scepter to remove all those silences. There's like 3, 4, 5 silences.
Oh.
He should have gone maybe for the Yule Scepter first instead of the 4 staff.
Complexity search for responding in force, but they're going to be able to get out of there. And that's what Iceberg kind of has to resort to at this point. You need to play like a guerrilla warfare type of game now.
You love that word. Guerrilla warfare, huh?
I do. That's what they need. They have the Orchid up on the Storm. Should be able to blow up most targets that they're near.
Z-Freak
Z-Freak is
on
gonna
the
try to
bottom
set
lane
up
with
down
Inner
here,
Shadow Blade.
but I don't think any of his allies can get
There's
here.
no follow-up. No one is there.
No TPs are
Yeah.
up right now. CK doesn't even have a TP, so he can't get down there.
This Bloodseeker really fell off after the first like 15 minutes. We're like, man, this guy's eating people alive. Even with the
Yeah.
Radiance and stuff, he just hasn't done much. I guess they haven't really like... Iceberg hasn't really been out of position besides maybe jabs 1 or 2 times. And Bloodseeker can't really go in 1v5.
He
So-
can't kill him all.
Ah,
He has
they
a
got
Glimmer Cape, but was kind of a slow. Bryle once again
Oh, he
takes
ulted.
down all.
They're
The CK
gonna
have a blink.
disengage
One
from
more
the-
second. Yeah,
Oh,
there
they
it
got
is.
him.
They will manage to take him down. Bryle
Did they get him?
feeds 600 gold to Chessie. 7 kill streak.
Oh.
Ancient problem as well. Yeah, this CK is just too
No
much.
crits.
There it is. One more time. You
Radiant
just gotta
died
call
again.
it. Woo!
Ooh, almost slid and stopped that TP, but
Dude,
have to
Jabs
be-
has killed the courier 3 times. Sorry about that.
They have to be careful here because there's 15 seconds left on the CK illusion. Bryle is about to come back.
Yeah, they
Even without
won't.
Enchantress, they might reason that they can take some fights here.
Yeah, Roche may respawn in 2 seconds. Let's see when it will respawn. 2 minutes. That's actually good for Iceberg. The longer it lasts, the better it is. Or maybe not, actually. If Roche respawned right now, they could have gone for the Roche. They have, what, the Global Silence in 15, plus they know there's no Chaos Knight ulti. That's the second Roche, right?
There's a ping coming out. They're going to
Yeah,
try
the
to
second.
go in on Chessie here. There's double damage, so they're about to jump
Yeah,
in.
Storm's gonna jump
Here
in.
they go.
Chessie is not gonna run away from that. BKB is still not up on him.
Because it died on the chicken.
Yeah,
That's a
Jab
big
is actually
kill.
doing God's work, same as me.
This is reminding me a lot of that game that Iceberg played yesterday against Infamous. Similar situation up against a lot of team fight, Earthshaker plus a Chaos Knight. And remember that game, it got a little crazy, but they managed to basically drag things out, right, by constantly split pushing the lanes, fighting through CK ultis, or rather like
Shadow Blade.
around CK ultis. And you saw the CK ult there, he managed to get 2 kills, but then the illusions expire. All of a sudden that puts Complexity in a very vulnerable spot.
No
Night
dust.
Stalker just using a center ward to stop a TP. There's nothing to
Goes
follow
Bryle
up his
on
moves.
Bloodseeker.
Bryle trying to go on a Bloodseeker. Not enough damage. Oh, dodges Fisher once again. Bryle really fast on those fingers.
Blocks Rupture with Lincoln.
Blocks the Rupture with the Lincolns. Another global coming out from the Silencer.
Ooh.
Gets some extra charges on that Bloodstone for the Storm. Roche still not up. Just scouting the Roche pit with the creep. Will spawn in 50 seconds. CK will be out. We'll have BKB ready and we'll have Phantasm ready.
Do you like Drow Lincolns?
I don't know. Depends how you want to look at it.
I guess it stops Reality Rift. Like, that's the biggest thing, right?
Stop you from just getting dragged in and instantly
Yeah.
killed.
Yeah, but they need to drag this game, I don't know, 20 more minutes. So they have, or they just need to pick them off constantly like they're doing. Because at one point, there's going to be Super Farm CK on the other side.
Yeah.
We need something to clear the illusions. But also, you'll have Storm Spirit who has, what is that?
Going for Shiva's guard.
Shiva's Guard queued up, and Ench has almost needs 2k gold to finish the Shiva to clear those illusions as well. Just tank up against the CK, has extra armor from the plate mail.
This is fun to watch. It's really like a game of cat and mouse in a little bit.
is that fun to watch? I
What
mean, I
about
feel
fun
bad
to
for the
listen?
mouse.
Is it fun to listen, Jack?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Did you guys know Tom and Jerry was literally just the exact same thing as Wile E. Coyote and the...
Roadrunner.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Wile E and Roadrunner.
Me
I
too.
watched both a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always feel bad for the bad person
Yeah.
because like they're just getting bullied at that point. Like,
Yeah.
just tell them no.
They
But
never get a
don't.
win.
Yeah, exactly.
Never get a win.
Poor
I
Jerry.
heard some guy
Or
paid
Wiley.
a shit ton of money for them to actually make a cartoon where the Roadrunner dies.
I think I did hear about that.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Might be. It's
I
cruel.
remember reading about it.
Roadrunner's
If
a
it's on
fake
the
character
internet,
anyways.
it must be true.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I was peeing.
Where is that BKB
Oh, I
on
thought that was you
CK?
telling him to zip it.
Can,
Oh, no.
can Jabs kill it one more time before the chicken delivers?
Doesn't look like it. My man's in base.
Oh, Brax?
Yeah, that's
Echo on the Brax will stun him down. One more stun coming out from CK just to finish the job. They started. It is time for Roche. Complexity says
oh, Z
no Echo Slam though. Storm Spirit is just split pushing on the bottom. Has that Lincoln Sphere ready to protect himself from the Reality Rift stun and the Rupture. Bloodseeker also has a 10-second BKB, so that's 2 seconds to 10 seconds BKB on sides of a Complexity. Storm Spirit will try to push it down, does not push that fast. Someone is TPing, that's a Bloodsuka. So who gets the Aegis and the cheese?
Chessie, it looks
Knight.
like.
Yeah. Also have Reaver in the backpack.
Oh! Clairvoyance just doing his thing.
Just classic Claire.
That's a Claire, really.
Jack, tell me what just happened.
You know, it was a good idea with the Storm Spirit to pressure bottom, but the rest of the team didn't know that this Roche was happening, or they didn't feel they could contest, and they kind of just gave that up.
Can they fight into the Phantasm level 22 CK, who's getting close to...
I don't think they can fight into it, but what they can do is force the CK to commit it to secure Roshan, and that changes things, because now instead of pushing with an Aegis and Phantasm, he has to use it to secure the Roche. If they stop someone from being able to TP back freely and harass, say, like trading a life or two, then Storm can also get more damage on bottom.
What talent is the one you get for 25? Is it a Reality Rift
Yeah,
or the
Pierce's spell
cooldown?
immunity is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have no BKBs whatsoever. Why would you go there?
Oh!
He just rips him apart.
That is a
with,
hard shot.
Through 3 crits. Yeah, Bryle just doing what he can. Has no TP ready. There's a chick flying, bringing him a TP. 20 seconds, 27 seconds actually cooldown. Just trying to split as much as possible. Maybe wait for that Aegis to run out.
No buyback and no global, but they are getting split pressured a little bit, so I don't think Complexity can really follow through with a whole lot here. But that is a pause thrown out by coL, Kyle. And
look how much pressure actually Iceberg making on that bottom lane for the past 35 minutes. The tower is full HP. This is tier 1 tower was full HP 35 minutes. And Jack, what do you have to say about that? Why does this happen to a team like a Complexity?
Very surprising given the way the game's going. Charlie's cutting waves, Bryle's cutting waves. Mid, they are able to go into it. I think they might have to just give this up here.
Alright, Phantasm committed on mid lane. They're trying to kill the melee racks. Oh, Chaos Knight.
Phantasm illusions are mostly down now, actually.
Impetus dealing so much damage to those illusions. On the other side, Bryle killing that melee racks.
Oh, down. Storm's got it.
Once again, dodging the bullet from the Earthshaker. There's still Aegis on Chaos Knight. Global Silence casted. Storm is in already. No Earthshaker to follow up. Bloodseeker will go down. And Aegis as well. He needs to put the Reaver in the backpack. He just done that. Can he blink out? No, he can't. There's a Grave on the Dazzle. Plus a Glimmer Cape. They have vision. Casting the Grave. Dazzle will die. CK has no HP left. Nothing he can do anymore. That's a, what? Triple 4 kills plus a Rax plus tier 3 tower. Jack, inform me what just happened.
So these are the kinds of situations where you need a lot of team discipline to be able to handle. Top, Storm Spirit keeps pushing. Earthshaker goes to deal with it, but not in time. So the barracks is lost, and he's not there for the ensuing fight. Now, of the illusions, you had one stolen by the Enchantress, the other just being focused down, essentially. So the CK's Phantasm didn't reach its desired effect there. The Aegis doesn't even matter at that point if you don't have Phantasm. This hero is about the ult. So once the ult was down, and without Earthshaker there to back them up, Iceberg were able to come back to base and take that fight while trading 1 Rax for 1. So I mean, that was a game-losing situation potentially.
Pardon me, why does he have an empty bottle instead of plus 25 intellect? I'm just saying, it feels
for
like
the
I mean, it
lulls.
just would help him push quicker, a lot more mana. I think he's just messing up, honestly.
Maybe he doesn't want to show
I
he's getting
think
his
that's
Shivas or
game
something.
losing,
Well,
though.
they
Game
know he
winning.
has it. They can see his
Lincoln just
backpack.
popped on him. They are just destroying that tier 3 tower.
Come on,
CK
man.
have dunk. He missed. He does not have a buyback if he dies there. Never mind. CK just bought back. This is looks so good for the Iceberg. They're just tipping out Somnus.
Not even
With the
Claire?
force staff.
Not
They
even Claire?
You know when
can't
Claire's
take him
getting
down.
away.
Oh, if Claire's getting away,
You know
then
it's
it's
trouble.
not going well at all. Oh, man.
So
Dude,
that's
this is nice play.
Tier 3 tower. That looks so good for Iceberg right now. They should just try to fight one more time. They have global in 20 seconds ready. What do they have? There's a big item coming out. 3k on Drow Ranger. Oh, I like this. Storm Spirit, level 25. Wants to go for Aghanim
Aghanim's.
Scepter. Just to pull those illusions.
We'll finally have
One
AoE.
thing, yeah, one thing we didn't mention is Ench. Actually, she's level 19. She deals 300 damage plus impetus. Is it impetus?
Impetus.
Somnus. We just mentioned.
Claire.
Yeah,
And then he got him
uses
Back on
force.
Quota.
Yeah.
Force staff just to
0
for the lulz.
That was the other thing. In that last fight, going on to the Iceberg high ground, the Rupture went on to the Night Stalker. And it's like, okay, well, you know, the Night Stalker's going to die
No,
anyway.
I think it went on Drow Ranger. I'm not sure though.
No, it went on Night Stalker.
That was the one before. I know what you're talking about when he Lincoln's it.
Oh yeah, my bad, Jack. That's why you're a co-caster,
Damn,
not a
that's
play-by-play.
Uh-oh.
Earthshaker, Global Silence. He forced himself just to get some extra
Oh,
more
if the
damage.
CK goes down,
Yeah.
I think that's...
CK using ulti on half
And
HP does not
BKB.
have that extra region from the heart
Damn.
because it's not finished. Z-Freak popping the dust. Who will go down? Drow Ranger. Yeah, too much damage coming out from CK, graving him, but he will probably die. No, oh, they have no reveal for a CK who's under the Glimmer Cape. Storm dies actually. Z-Freak kills him. Brax manages to finish off that CK who has no buyback. Will be out in 90 seconds. The damage coming out from Ench is just so much. Limp sitting on 100 HP. Silencer doing so much damage with those gloves. He's actually silenced. Charging the Silencer, making a kill. He has... whoa, cheese ready. Does he want to use it there? Yeah, he pops it. There's a lot of action going on the other side as well. Somnus. Does he have enough dust ready in 3 seconds? He's under the effect
got
of the
him.
Shadow Blade. Brax just dealing so much damage. Once again, Limbs come back with the Rupture on that Night Stalker who dies once again. No mana on Brax whatsoever. He's just trying to chase. Melons has a grave ready.
Here comes Bryle.
Oh, Bryle,
Oh, he
big
missed.
jump, but he misses. He's under the effect of a Glimmer Cape. Limp with a double kill manages to take down that Ench. Bryle, maybe if he hit that big ball of lightning, he could have scored a kill on a Dazzle, maybe even on a Bloodseeker.
This game is just wild right now. Both
Got
teams
wild
kind
now.
of going for the killing blow. They did finally manage to get the CK, but it proved a little bit too costly there for Iceberg to really take advantage of. And, yeah, that shrine ended up proving pretty crucial. It doesn't exist, of course, anymore on the Dire for Iceberg, but it is still there for complexity. So a couple of weak heroes able to get back to that shrine and get back into it.
Looks like Bryle's changing his mind from the Aghanim Scepter. He gets that Shiva's complete, and Bloodthorn is going to be potentially next pickup for your Storm
Yeah.
Spirit.
Someone bought him a gem. Jabs bought him actually a gem because that Glimmer Cape is doing so much in those fights. They have a Shadow Blade and the Glimmer Cape on Dazzle, who saved CK few times, buying too much time for them, actually giving Bloodseeker enough time to kill those people. Jack, what do you think about level 25 talent on Bloodseeker? Minus 7 seconds Blood Rite cooldown, is that balanced? Is that like ice armor
it's pretty
balanced?
strong. It's balanced by the fact that you have mana
I mean, you can
limitations,
perma-silence
right?
people.
Yeah, but you usually won't have the mana to just... You'll be able to use it non-stop for a while, but the hero
I mean, it's
surprisingly
not,
has some mana problems, even though it doesn't have that many spells
It's
to cast.
100 mana, you can use it 6-7 times in a row. I mean, it's not about the silence or the damage, it's more about zoning out the people. So you can perma-zone people, you don't want to fight into Blood Rite. It's 240 damage plus Blood Rage, He's probably gonna use
Oh,
it
they-
on himself.
They
so
saw
that's-
him heal
Well,
from
if you're in a
smoke.
situation where you're either defending against a siege or sieging a certain area, then yeah, it's a huge,
yeah, so
hugely
it's
useful.
around
tactic like that.
350 pure AoE damage with a silence that you can perma-cast on.
Yeah, you guys are just missing on everything right now.
What happened to Grant? Inform us.
He healed middle lane, and they knew he was there because it was in smoke, and he healed it, and Brown just pinged it out, which failed this entire gank by Radiant.
Good job.
Thanks, Jabs. Oh, counter smoke. What do you guys smell? Blood, right? Yeah, it's garbage. Go for the 30 spell steal or life steal or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I mean,
He can go.
good.
He could, but
Well, there's a big counter smoke here from Iceberg. As you said.
I swear to God.
Jesse
Jack.
is
Yeah,
on the
but they
front
have
lines. He has to
one
be
more
careful. Oh,
smoke.
blinks away.
coming for the complexity. Where is that smoke?
It's on the.
It's in the stash for Dazzle.
Radiant killed the Shrouded
Roche
base.
can be up. Will actually respawn in a minute and 20 seconds. That's where big fight's gonna start. Let's see the buyback status. Dakota, please show us. Thank you very much.
Looks like only 4 or 5 buybacks available here.
If they do manage to secure this Aegis, I don't think you give it to the CK. With the BKB and 4,700 HP, he should be able to survive being just bursted down unless he's way out of position. I think you probably won on the Bloodseeker for that longevity over the second life. For the CK illusions, once it's down, the hero loses a lot of its effectiveness at this point.
Man, there's a really big, like, they were just fighting for like 5 minutes straight. Now it's like, without the buyback on CK, coL doesn't want to commit to anything.
Yeah, because Roche is coming out pretty soon. No one wants to lose a fight right now and lose Roche, lose a game. So the next big fight's gonna happen at the Roche, or Iceberg will just try to split
Deathblade.
push it.
Blade Drow, huh?
She's level 22. What's the agility count? Let's see. 220.
Over
yeah.
220. So it does a lot of damage, but also being able to save an ally from the CK.
Yeah, from a CK and some Bloodseeker right clicks.
Or herself, of course.
AC finished on Bloodseeker. He's pretty much jacked. 6 slotted. The problem is CK is 6 slotted. He has a buyback available pretty soon. Let's see. Yeah, 40 seconds.
So who are you guys? I mean, Complexity's up 10k, but it feels like Iceberg, if they take one fight, it's just,
Yeah, they're going to try to
whoever
do the
wins this
smoke
next fight feels like,
bait here with the Storm Spirit.
Yeah.
But and one of the issues here is the Night Stalker has really not been able to scale. It's just been a tough game for Night Stalker. And so when the big team fights break out, if they don't have an advantage in how the fight starts, it's tough. It feels like the Spirit Breaker and Dazzle will definitely be able to contribute a lot more into the team fight.
Yeah, that Lotus Orb might change a couple of things in a fight. Complexity is actually doing the Roche. Where is the Team Iceberg? They're getting close, but I'm not sure they're close enough with the Blood Rage on a Bloodseeker and AC.
You have to know if there's nothing on
Storm
the map.
Spirit with a big jump on a mid lane. They know something is happening, but they're actually letting it
Yeah,
fall
there it is,
to the
Aegis
hands
to
of
limp.
Complexity. Bloodseeker picked up the Aegis. Once again, Somnus dying. Nothing to see here. Seen that couple of times, couple of days already.
Is this coL's time now? I mean, just Night Stalker's down, but they have the benefit of the Aegis. Buybacks should be up and at the ready, unless they're waiting for yet that next big boy item here. I don't know what it could be, though.
Manta for CK, not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems like they're managed to clear those illusions, especially with Ench Impetus. She's getting close to level 25. Maybe get... Jack, what would you get? If you
Nobody, also important, nobody on the Dire is really even close to buyback. So if they get blown up or caught here, it could very well just be the end. What would I get on who? The cost?
on Ench, level 25 talent, Storm
They're
Spirit
going
just
bottom.
Going bottom. On that CK will go down. The Drow Ranger
Dang.
deals so much damage with
And
that
Bloodthorn. Yeah.
E-Blade and the Bloodthorn, but the Global Silence follow-up.
Oh, they're gonna
Zephyr
kill
removing
more.
the Global Silence with the Lotus Orb. Using the ulti, but wow, Drow Ranger still has that E-Blade ready. Where's the follow-up from the Iceberg team?
Brax.
Complexity, nice big Echo Slam on the Braille, manages to go out somehow, has a urn and the damage from the Dazzle's poison. They go down limp, using ulti on that Ench will go down as well. Bloodseeker with the DD, just trying to chase that Somnus. Once again, he will die. That's a 3-man wipe just for the Aegis on the CK. Is there... Yeah,
they got the cheese too,
cheese
but that's it.
off the Spirit Breaker.
3 for 0.
No buybacks as mentioned by Jack before that fight was to even break out here.
Oh, Charlie, you need to run back.
Yeah, they
He
do
just
have
TP
before.
it top,
He
50
barely just
seconds.
TP'd out before.
Yeah, 50 seconds
Get the
left.
bounty.
Still have
though.
CK ult as well.
No
so-
buybacks whatsoever on
This is-
Iceberg side. Oh, this looks so bad for the Iceberg right now. CK had ulti ready, did not want to commit there. We'll just clear those bottom racks. Runs top straight. There's still tier 3
she can't even
tower.
get in.
40 seconds for the Ench.
Tough life.
I don't know if they
She's
have
stuck.
enough. Where are those illusions?
We're gonna have to
from
go
the
when these
CK?
heroes are up, so we'll see it in
Wow.
a second. Drow is positioned on the left side, so not where they'd expect
They
it
Here
to
just
comes
be.
Storm.
Draws from the back. Storm
Smoke is
needs
gonna
to make
break. They might be a little
big
confused
jump
about
out
this.
of there.
I think they did
Raxes are down. That's the Mega Creeps. He manages to kill Swindle Melons in one jump. Where's the rest of his team? Drow Ranger, they managed to kill her. She was actually sitting on the back. Swindle buys back. Will escort to enemy base. Oh, can Silencer die? Not really. He's ruptured. What, 70 seconds without Drow? She has a buyback though. But
She has it now, yeah.
Yeah, she has it now, but they do not have Raxes at all.
Yeah.
Mega Creeps.
Yeah.
Jack, how do you come back from this?
This better be a right answer too.
I mean,
Better be.
it's tough. It's tough. They might have to just push immediately here and just. There isn't even much of a window with CK ult being down.
Yeah, they don't have a gem. They lost a gem on the
here we
Storm
go.
Spirit. He has a dust. Echo Slam is ready. He wants to dunk him. Yes, he can. There it goes. Global Silence is up.
They're missing
Again,
some
Bryle
heroes,
going
so-
out. Somnus once again for the 15th time dies. Bloodseeker just dealing too much damage. No escape for jabs. 2 down. 3 down actually. Storm Spirit is the only one pretty much left.
This might be
It is time to call it. Not yet. There is the Fisher just to finish the Ench. She needs the buyback. So is Drow Ranger. It's still 3 versus 5 and the creeps are coming in. That Bloodseeker is so jacked. Still has Aegis on. Once again, he manages to kill Swindle Melons before he can cast his spell off. Earthshaker in the air. Oh, Drow Ranger casts E-Blade on herself, is ruptured. 4-second stun. Jessie just
She
rips
is
her apart. GG is called by Somnus.
long one there at the end. Complexity though able to close it out, and they're able to finish their debut 2-0.
I think with how difficult it was to play their lineup and be able to win, I still think Iceberg should. I wouldn't be too upset with how they played that game. They legitimately had a chance. They played that split push game pretty well for a little bit, just keeping the lanes, again, taking that guerrilla warfare approach, getting some pickoffs, and that kept them in the game. That actually gave them a chance in a game in which it would be very difficult for them to fight straight up at all.
Yeah, what about that split push? If they continued to do so, it was super successful for them, just dodging the fights. At one point, I actually felt they can win because Brax was dealing so much damage on that Ench, and felt like CK illusions were not that big of a problem anymore.
Yeah, and Storm, split pushed the very first racks that went down, the melee racks top, and then they just didn't go for it again.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Some details on split push defense need to be handled, but there was a chance for them to win top. Remember when Brax pursued 3 of them, knowing that the Storm was behind him? First, maybe Brax didn't account for the Shrine being up, and then the Bloodseeker and Dazzle being able to just heal up and come back into the fight, and then Storm just missed with that big jump, and Shivas. If he'd hit that,
that was the
if they'd been able to win that fight, that
might
might have, it might have looked very different from then. But yeah, it was a pretty tight game, and again, you can see why they put so much faith in Bryle. He made a lot of huge plays this game,
did.
mostly of the dodging fatal spells nature. So
He ended up doing almost 45,000 damage
That's a
that
lot.
game. The next closest was Limp on his Bloodseeker, 38,000. But yeah, Bryle still managed to put in a lot of work. But do you think that it? I mean, we were scrutinizing or criticizing or putting a lot of focus on their draft. Do you think that there was just still some holes in that draft that just made this game more difficult than it needed to be? Or do you think that they were at a good enough spot where they could have just made it work regardless?
I mean, no stuns against
No
the Spirit
stuns.
Breaker, who just ran free all early game and bottom all time was pretty rough.
They had no save besides global silence. It's not enough. These heroes are pretty squishy, especially in the early stages. I mean, if you just go on that silencer, he dies. If you go on the Drow Ranger, he dies. Somnus, 0 and 12.
Yeah.
I think it was the adjustments in lane 2. I think they expected, with the Night Stalker being mid, to be able to draw a complexity hero there, and that would open up things. That would allow them to pressure with the 2 heroes bottom that they sent, and that would give Drow more of a one-on-one. That means the Drow comes online sooner and the order is up sooner. That didn't end up happening because complexity didn't commit anybody to really assist their mid, and they still came out okay in terms of farms. So that slows the Drow down, enables kills to happen top, and that made things really tough for them going into the mid game.
Yeah, that mid lane should not go in the favor of a Bloodseeker. You have a Drow aura for Storm Spirit, plus there was NS for the first 1-2 minutes, just harassing him, but he did a good job on that Bloodseeker. Props to him.
Take a look at some of the stats here. Do you think we're satisfied with coL's debut? I mean, you can't read too much into a team's first game, but if we had to have a impression or an expectation for complexity in their debut match, and we got to factor in the situation they were kind of thrown into with Miss Hurricane Irma kind of sweeping them out of town and suddenly showing up here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think they didn't. I mean, they went 2-0. They did good this game. Showed that, you know, they still have some kinks to work out, but their drafting seems pretty good and their play seems pretty good. The only thing is, they can scrim people, right? Like we were Jenkins talking about the scrimming earlier. Scrimming, they were winning all their scrims. Like scrimming doesn't mean all that much until you play these real games. And then, I mean, I'm sure they see, they're like, oh, it's Iceberg. It's kind of a team thrown together at the last second. We should be able to beat them. And then Iceberg puts up a decent fight both games. So Complexity's going to look at that and be like, yeah, we just got to keep chugging. Choo-choo.
Nice.
Like a train.
I think
like a train.
We pretty much see Iceberg as definitely way above, you know, just what you would usually think of open qualifier teams.
Absolutely,
above average team probably here as well. And so they're stronger than anybody expected. So for Complexity, as Grant said, there are still clearly some things to work out, maybe taking some fights that they shouldn't, maybe committing to things that they shouldn't. But the drafting I like, because it's been a bit different from most of the drafting that we've seen so far.
For sure.
They clearly have their own philosophies. They've always had that, and it's been adapted to this patch and this situation as well. And yeah, they've proven that they're a strong team here.
I think the biggest thing, I know we're not showing the schedule yet, but tomorrow I already know, I believe, is coL versus DC.
Ooh.
So DC's first thing and versus coL, like, that's going to be when worlds collide. Shout out to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Or is that grind session? When the worlds collide, you idiot. I don't
All right,
remember.
we'll see
It's
the
a skating
schedule
thing,
for tomorrow. Not
No,
really.
we got this.
You see
Damn.
the numbers. Grant, you love those numbers.
I actually do. I love the
What are we
damage.
actually
See,
looking
most
at?
damage done by Iceberg. Again, they out-damaged Complexity last game as well, but they end up losing. Just goes to show. You need to put damage in where it counts, not where it doesn't count, obviously. You know, 2 chickens, 1 coop kind of thing. GPM, overall, just 500 more from Complexity, and that's where the numbers really do matter. Last hits, same thing as GPM, and just the assists, right? That's the big one. Like, their team came to be a team. They had Chris Paul. The other team had Kobe and Bryle.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you don't get the assist, you don't get the win. That's a fact.
Well, when you get
Can't
kills,
have-
there's usually multiple assists on it. In this case,
I mean, we just saw that.
and
though.
for
Can't
the
have the
damage
opened up
numbers, they
alley.
also had a lot more damage to be dealt to them. They were a much meatier lineup as well. So
Yep. I feel Iceberg needs to play more around Charlie. I feel like they're putting him in a bad spot, not giving him early advantage. Also in that game they played as a Weaver on that tri-lane. Maybe it's because they're just a new team. There's still a lot things to discuss in the team, like who's doing what. I mean, the team just formed pretty much.
But do you want him to give more to Charlie and less to Bryle then? Or what?
No, but there was NS on a mid lane this game, and did not do much.
Yeah, I mean, but it's really
He
hard.
could have
'cause
helped on
Bloodseeker
top
can
lane.
just last hit and heal up. Like I think that was just the wrong hero to send middle. Like I don't think the Night Stalker helping mid did that much because he just heals creeps. He can actually trade last hits with the Night Stalker super easily. I think that was just a draft thing.
when you
though.
say that, it just
What? You're gone, Jack.
the
Oh, you're
kind
back.
of EG comparisons, right? Like they feel as they very much want to play around their mid, secure a good mid, and
and
there's
Arteezy drown
there
never
was a
gets
period
help.
of time where Artur might be sacrificed a bit, or he'd have a
Yeah.
tougher game. That's kind of the situation that Charlie has been put in a couple times. I think he's obviously not Artur, but That seems to be their general.
It does look. I was gonna say the same thing. Arteezy's Drow always gets dumped on, and AG they're fine. They just give it to somebody else. But yeah, seems like we are about ready to go to a quick break, and we're about to end up the day, wrap up the day, end up the wrap up, which will be in about a couple minutes. So
keep on keeping on.
Yep, I was gonna
props to Lacoste and play-by-play. It's a lot of word, a lot of chatting, but let's throw it over to our closing day panel, which is going to be here in just a moment, guys. So don't go far.
Hello, darkness,